Entering tonight's play, Denis Potvin needed 1 point to tie and 2 to break Bobby Orr's career scoring record for defensemen. And that has brought back frequent comparisons between Potvin and Orr. Too frequent as far as Potvin is concerned.
Denis Potvin with the puck. Up front, number 9 is Gillies. Number 19 is Trottier. Number 22, Bossy. In goes Potvin. Good save, the rebound. He scores. Great goal by Denis Potvin.
Denis Potvin, captain of the Islanders, ranks as one of hockey's greatest players. In a 12-year career, he's won the Calder Trophy. He's been a 3-time Norris Trophy winner, a 7-time All-Star, and 4 times a Stanley Cup winner. It's a tremendous record of achievement. This season, he'll find real meaning in more milestones, smashing Bobby Orr's NHL career records of 270 goals and 915 points.
It really means a lot. It kind of rounds off a career. It makes it very, very fulfilling. I don't think that I could have planned anything better than the way things worked out for me.
What did you think of Orr as a player?
Well, I feared him in a sense. I feared playing against him. You know, he had an image and he was a living legend, and I was compared to him so much throughout my younger days that, you know, he took my breath away. And the fear was basically the fact that, my God, you know, people want me or expect me to become as good as him or to be like him, and I didn't want any part of that at all. And I think that all of that was because of the awe I held for his talents.
Despite your success, you've had some major problems to overcome, Denis. Problems in life. What would the biggest one be?
I once heard someone say that success doesn't come without pain, and when that happened, I looked in the mirror and I had to nod and say yes. There's no question that personal off-ice problems are things that I've had to deal with, and that at times have been hard. No one wants to go through their 20s and have to deal with bad marital situation and then the eventual divorce, but when it happens, you have to deal with it, and sometimes you're not always mature enough or prepared, and I certainly wasn't even mature enough to get married in the first place.
There was talk a few years ago that you were not too popular with your own teammates, a bit of a misfit on the team. What was the truth of it?
Well, I think it was a problem with some teammates, not with me. You know, I kind of didn't understand what was going on. And one of the very unfortunate lessons I had to learn, and I'm not quite sure if it's true in life, but I kind of felt like I had to learn to say things I didn't really mean, just not to hurt the feelings of other people. And that annoyed me because I grew up being taught to be honest and to say what your feelings are and to express them. And I played the game with a lot of intensity, and I lived my life with a certain high amount of intensity. And when things bother me and I make mention of them, some people have been taken aback by it. And I guess certain teammates in the beginning may have felt that I was coming in and taking up too much room, and so looked at it as ego and made ego an ugly word, which is something that I think is a tremendous asset for any young athlete coming into a sport.
The first Stanley Cup, what was it like?
The team had been slumbering for quite a bit during the season. We had a lot of injuries, and we hadn't done that well. And March 1st came along, and we had 25 games left in the season, and I think we won 21 of them, tied 3, and lost 2. And we then went on with a tremendous amount of confidence, and we just kept fighting one series after another. But more importantly, we were fighting towards something that we didn't know what it meant. I mean, we didn't know what it meant to win a Stanley Cup, and I certainly wasn't aware of how tremendous it was going to be to win a team championship. I'd never been on a team champion before, and I think that's what stands out in my mind the most, is the effect of winning a team championship. You look around the room and there's a tremendous love for all the people you share it with. That'll never be forgotten.
That's bigger than a Norris Trophy win, then?
It's bigger than any individual success. There's no question about it.
How about the disappointment of not winning 5 in a row? You came so close to the Montreal record.
Well, I'm going to defend our side a little bit and say that, and be a little touchy about that, because I didn't feel the 5 Stanley Cups was really the milestone. We were going to do it just because everybody would have said, well, we tied the Montreal Canadiens record. But essentially what we did is win 19 playoff series in a row. No one has ever come close to doing that, even the 5-time Stanley Cup winners. And that in itself has to be looked at as a tremendous accomplishment, and what I looked at after we couldn't come up with the 5th victory.
Victory and success have played a major role in Denis Potvin's life. After hockey, success may come in the commercial real estate field, where he'll engineer big deals inside boardrooms instead of big plays inside the boards. He's already licensed and working during the off-season in Manhattan. Eventually, there'll be a prominent place for the NHL's highest-scoring defenseman in hockey's Hall of Fame.
Denis Potvin remains one of hockey's most eloquent spokesmen. Hockey Night in Canada returns in just a moment.